Windows 11 has been released. The good thing is that the Windows 10 Pro key also works for the Windows 11 Pro version. So buy a key for $12.50 only at my website and decide for yourself which version you would like to use. And if you like my content, then please consider subscribing, since apparently 94% of all the views are from non-subscribers. Welcome to part 1, Tools, Essentials and ENB. We are finally going to start modding. I did write all of this myself, but I still have to check from time to time what I actually did right in this tutorial, so I'm just going to follow along with you on this begin part, the Tools, Essential and ENB. To quickly summarize what we're going to do, we're going to uninstall everything properly to make sure there are no old mod files which could disturb our process. And from there we're going to install our Skyrim Special Edition clean. We're going to start first with the Skyrim's script extender for Skyrim Special Edition. Then we're going to install the ENB binaries, the ENB itself, because this is the part usually where people, which is the most, the biggest test for a lot of systems to make sure that runs fine. And then we're going to clean some master files with skse edit. And like I mentioned on the start, this is the most boring part, but also the most essential part. So, just follow along with the tutorial if you don't want to read everything of this. I'm going to explain it to you step by step what to do. And to end this part, we're going to install some minor mods from which we still have left here before we're going to start with the other fixes and stability mod files. But first, install everything properly. I usually start with all of my mods, which are being handled by my mod manager, which is in this case mod organizer. And that's what you should do too as well. If you're using Vortex Nexus Mod Manager, just delete all the mods because we're going to start all over with mod organizer, and we're going to download probably a lot newer versions than you were using from existing mods and a lot of other mods. So to give you a little bit of an idea, this is where we're going to end with all of these patches, files, mods, etc, etc. 290, and I usually install a top of armors, some armors, weapons, some custom things on top of this, so I usually end up with 300 plus mods. And the ESP files, the plugins, they are 112, and I think that's pretty okay-ish since we don't merge anything in this tutorial, and you can have a maximum of 254 if I'm not mistaken, so you have plenty of room to even install lots and lots more stuff. So yeah, it hurts, but I need to uninstall everything myself as well, so I'm going to select everything and just simply press the delete button and press yes. And I'm going to wait a little bit. By the way, I'm sometimes pause in between this tutorial, so sometimes things may look like they happen instantaneously, but they do not. So yeah, that's a reason why sometimes you see that. But yeah, I'm going to wait for this, so see you guys in a bit. Alright, then everything here is empty, and then we can close mod organizer too, because we also need to delete a couple of directories. So by default, mod organizer, if you use that mod manager, maybe the same applies to Vortex or Nexus Mod Manager, I don't really know, but it could be that you still have some data left in their folder, and with mod organizer, it's by default installs everything in an app data folder, which is a hidden folder. But we can change this later once we're going to reinstall. But for now, the old files, if you're using if you have used mod organizer, all the old files are in a special app data folder, which is here. That's your users, your name, app data local, and then let's see, mod organizer here, and we're going to delete that. And to show you a little bit how large it is, because here, oh, never mind. It's not here. Maybe because I did, oh, wait a minute, no, that's not true. I did actually change my folder from mod organizer, so that's fine. It is all in here, I think, yeah, in my mod tools folder. So I'm also going to delete everything from my mod tools folder. I think these ones are pretty large. Also not. Okay, then I have really no idea where I did save my mods, but that's all right. Plenty of space anyway. Okay, I've deleted this. But anyway, check your app data folder if you're using Mod Organizer, because there are definitely some mods left in there. Also, by the way, if you never modded your Skyrim Special Edition before, you started with maybe a clean Windows install, then you could have skipped this, but I am sure of myself that I did add a note somewhere in this video to skip to a certain part after we've done all this preparation. This is only if you have modded your Skyrim Special Edition before, to make 100% sure your Skyrim Special Edition is clean from old modding files. That's pretty important to do. Alright, then we can just go to Steam. Let me double check. Yes, we can go to Steam and delete Skyrim Special Edition. This is my video recorder, by the way, which is blocking the screen a little bit. Not sure if you guys can see this, but anyway, let's go to Steam. It's blocking my closing to the window, my minimalize button and my change window and my close window button. So I'm trying to reposition this during the tutorial a bit later. Back 4 Blood is out. Okay, that's nice. But it's on Game Pass anyway. So, let's see. Skyrim Special Edition. Here it is. We're going to uninstall this. Right click. Let's see. Manage. Click uninstall. Alright. So, are we finished yet? No, we're not. Because there are still files in our My Documents, My Games section, which you can find on your users, your user, My Documents, My Games, and here's Skyrim Special Edition. Alright, I assume that everyone of you is using the Steam version of Skyrim Special Edition, but I still would like to point this out. Even if you are using a pirated version, which is not supported officially by me, if you're doing that, but I want to warn you, Steam does actually create a backup of your save games. I'm not sure what other launchers do. An example, I'm not sure if Epic Games or GOG is providing is also offering Skyrim Special Edition. In that case, make sure to save a copy of the save folder. But if you're using the Steam folder, just delete everything here, including the saves, because Steam will automatically back up everything for you. Are we there? Are we done then? No, still not, because in our Skyrim Special Edition main game folder, there are also still some files left which we need to delete. As you can see, some old ENB files, some old screenshots. So if you want to save your screenshots, if you created them in game, you can do that right now. Else just select everything, press the delete button, and everything is then gone. So let's see. Let's see if we have done everything so far when it comes to uninstalling. Yes, we did. So make sure you follow these steps to properly uninstall everything, because it's important that you really do have a clean version of your Skyrim Special Edition, and there are no mod parts left which could interrupt our process. Then it's simple, because we can just install Skyrim Special Edition. In the past, I once had people who said, yeah, you want me to uninstall everything, I don't have enough internet, I don't have fast enough internet speed. I probably also do state this in the tutorial somewhere. Everything we're going to download is over 60 or 70 gigabytes or something. So, yeah, I mean, don't worry about the 10 or 15 gigabytes Skyrim Special Edition has. There is a way to uninstall everything properly without having to uninstall Skyrim Special Edition. But I think if you're going to download 60, 70 gigabytes anyway, it might be a good idea to just completely uninstall Skyrim Special Edition. So I'm going to install this under C Game Steam. What is important, and I think I do notice this here as well somewhere. Program files 86, where are you? Do I say this somewhere? Program files 86. Here it is. Please do not install this in your Program Files 86. I know Steam by default uses a Program Files 86 Steam folder. Don't do that. Click on this drop-down menu and create a new Steam library somewhere. If you don't want to uninstall Steam, which I can imagine, make sure you pick any folder, but don't make it Program Files 86. Why not? Because there are some admin rights which can cause, which could not be provided, and that can give a lot of issues. So please do not do that. Then click on Next, and yeah, let's wait until our beautiful Skyrim Special Edition finishes with installing. Okay, once Skyrim Special Edition did finish installing, click on play for now. It will, for the first time, looking for your video settings. So correct that. I am playing on 1440p resolution. If you have a 1080p, you will use this 9020 by 1080. Or if you're playing 4K, select your appropriate resolution or widescreen, an example. You can select Ultra for now. We're going to set this a little bit later also again, but that's okay for now, just to use the maximum quality. Then for the first time, start Skyrim Special Edition, start a new game, and don't load any of your old modded save games, because the game will probably crash or will mess up your save game. So start a new game, wait until the Bethesda logo vanishes, and then you can exit the game safely. But then at least we have generated some INI files. So click on play, start a new game, wait for the Helgen card sequence until you can press exit to exit the game, and then I'll see you back here on the desktop. Alright, once you've done that, let's go back to the mod page to see what we need to do now. So, we did start the launcher, we set everything to max in the launcher. We have started the game at least once to create the required ini config files. Let's see, yeah, and I told you don't load any of your modded save games. So, now, what is important is that we're going to create a couple of shortcuts and a folder somewhere. Create a folder somewhere where you will going to download all of your mods. This does not mean, this does not necessarily have to be the drive where your game is installed, because Mod Organizer, which we're going to install later, will load all these mods again anyway, but it is just a place where you have enough free disk space to cover at least 80 gigabytes or something, 90 gigabytes. As a temporary storage for your mods. And you can use this folder later if you maybe have to reinstall everything once, or you want to reinstall your Windows. It's very easy to reinstall everything over again. So, as you can see here, what I usually do is I create folders of the parts we're going to use. So, an example, if you go to the mod page, I have Tools, Essentials, ENB, the fixes and stability, etc, etc. So that is the way I did organize all of my mods. In this way, in this manner. So I'm going to have 8 of these folders. You can do that now as well, or do it later, or do it at every category, doesn't really matter, but this is the way I have everything set up for myself. And in here, as you can see, this is how I number the mods which we're going to download. The reason for that is if you do not number the mods, so if you do not put 01, 02, 03 in front of it, the way Windows will handle is it will just throw everything together in a big folder, you know, and you can sort everything by date, but it doesn't really work that well. And especially if you're going to reinstall once, it is nice to have everything in an order, so you know which you have to install in which order. So this is how I do everything, order my mods for every download. So that's what we want first. We want to have a folder where you are going to, which has plenty of space, and where you're going to temporary, or at least not temporary, where you will download all of the mods. So here all the downloads are stored in this folder. Then you want to create a shortcut to your Skyrim Special Edition main game folder, and you can find that in your Steam folder. And your Steam folder is located where you did install your Steam library. In my case, that's C Games, because I picked that myself. But here it is Steam, Steam Apps, Common, and here in Common are all your games, and Skyrim Special Edition. Create a shortcut there because we need to do some things in the Skyrim Special Edition main game folder, so make sure you have a shortcut to there. The shortcut to the game you can delete because we're going to launch the game later with Skyrim Script Extender, and for that we're not going to use the Steam Direct shortcuts anymore to the game. And there's one other folder which you should create somewhere, preferably at the folder where you are going to install Skyrim Special Edition. That is a folder called Mod Tools, where we're going to install some mod tools we're going to use as well for our modding procedure. So create it somewhere, doesn't really matter. As always, don't do it in Program Files 86, but do it anywhere you like, and we're going to name that Mod Tools. Alright, I think that's everything so far we're going to need for shortcuts. Yes, because we don't going to need the My Games ini files anymore. The game should have created these ini files by itself. So, we did do that. Now I think it's time to install Mod Organizer 2. And yeah, the way I usually do things here is right-click on links and open them in new tabs. Why? Because if I click on this link, I can do that for now, it will open it in the same tab, and for then you have to go back. But then, okay, now it works fine, but usually it starts here at the top again, which is quite annoying once you're in the process of modding somewhere. So that's why I always suggest please open links in a new tab. So, Mod Organizer. This is our first program we're going to download. Click on Files and download the main file here, Mod Organizer. So, let's see. Let's go to, not Mod Tools, our downloaded folder. So what you should have done now, or what you should do from now on, create a folder, Tools Essentials in ENB, in a mods folder, and the first mod organizer is here, so that's why I put 01 in front of it, so I know the load order which we're going to use, or at least the order of installation of mods. Alright, right click on it, let's see if we can run it as administrator. I'm not sure if it's needed, maybe it's actually going to complain, it doesn't want to install it as administrator, but to be safe, do that. Then I accept the agreement. You can click Browse. I am going to use the... Where is it? Which folder did I create? Programs. Modding Tools. No, yes, no. Mod Tools. Probably I did create. And I'm going to create a folder Mod Organizer 2 in here. And of course do that in your folder where you did create your shortcut to. Then click Next. This is all fine. Then click Next. Then click Next. Create a desktop shortcut for sure. We want that. Click Install. And let's wait. And then click Launch Mod Organizer. Here's our shortcuts. Alright, it will now ask to create a new instance. And here we have the option to create a global instance, and that will be stored in, yeah, as I said before, the app data folder. And this is usually the SSD or the HDD where you're using also your Windows installation on. So yeah, if you do not have that much space, you want to create a portable instance. An example here, this is a pretty good example. So yeah, because you have to be sure that you have enough disk space. As I told you before, all the mods we're going to download first and save somewhere don't have to be on the same drive where you have installed Skyrim Special Edition. Mod Organizer, however, has to be on the same drive, or maybe in theory it doesn't have to be, but it's the best practice to have it on the same drive, because it will add all these mods and manage it. So that means you really need that space. Anyway, I think a portable instance is nice, so I'm going to create a portable instance, but that's up to you. I don't really see a reason, if you're only modding SSE Skyrim Special Edition, not to create a portable instance. So click on here. For Skyrim Special Edition, select a folder where the data should be stored. Well, MO2 seems fine, maybe /data, just to have a nice overview, even while we're probably not visiting the folder anymore, but that's okay. And I click Next. Link Nexus Mod Manager not needed, because we're going to download all the mods manually. I click Next, then click Finish. Alright, you're starting Mod Organizer for the first time. Do you want to show tutorial? No, because I work with that hundreds of times. Okay, it's now going to complain about this. Mod Organizer is not set up to handle Nexus Mod links or associate, not necessarily needed, because we're going to download and install everything manually ourselves. So, alright, this is Mod Organizer 2. This is our program we're going to use from now on. Fantastic. First mod done. Hey, that's a good start, isn't it? Alright, here also some other information. You know, it's a good thing to read it, but I think it's pretty much everything I explained already, that, yeah, it's going to be installed in the same SSD where you have your game installed, etc., etc. Okay, next is Skyrim Script Extender. Let's open it up in a new tab, as you should have done by now, and download this version, the current Special Edition build, the 7-zip archive. Download it on your in your mods folder, obviously, and put a 02 in front of it. So from now on, you probably get the hang of this, right? Every folder, every mod you're going to download now, put the numbers in front of it so you know in which order everything will be. So Skyrim Script Extender, there are some files, a couple, just a few, a very few actually, which Mod Organizer cannot handle. The reason for that is that these files want to have access to the Skyrim Special Edition main game folder, and Mod Organizer can only handle mods which are being added in the data folder. So the only two exceptions from my head are the ENB and Skyrim Script Extender. So that's why we manually need to add Skyrim Script Extender to the Skyrim Special Edition main game folder. Easiest way to do that is to extract or open the archive, because I have a paid version of WinRAR nowadays, which don't give me annoying pop-ups. So let's see, let's open up the Skyrim Special Edition main game folder, and Windows 10 has this wonderful, let's see, yeah, way of managing Windows. So you can, let's see, pretty much drag everything to your Skyrim Special Edition main game folder. So leave the structure intact. All right, and let's wait. And then we can close this. And now we have Skyrim Script Extender. All right, let's see what our tutorials say, because we probably need to add it in our mod organizer. Yes. Yes. Okay, we need to add skse 64-bit loader. So let's do that. You can click on here in this drop-down menu and click on Edit. And now you can click on the plus icon, Add from File. And, well, it immediately pops up to the Skyrim Special Edition main game folder. That's great. If it does not do that for some reason, browse through your Skyrim Special Edition main game folder and select the skse 64. That should be okay, I guess. Yeah. For some reason, sometimes it added twice. That can happen. That's fine. Now you want to close Mod Organizer 2. Now let's see, because I have to check myself what I did right. Close and restart MO2. Make sure to click the drop down menu and select skse. Okay, yeah, we're going to run it once with skse. Should start now in skse. Load your new started save game. Yeah, this is the thing. You can only create a new save game from a new game if you completely went to the entire Helgen card sequence with creating arrays, etc., etc. So I can understand you don't want to do that all over again just to create a new save game. So it's fine for now. We're just going to test our Skyrim Special Edition with skse if that's working fine. All right, so let's start Mod Organizer 2 again. So let's see, yeah, as for some reason it adds it twice, skse 64 loader and skse. I think Mod Organizer automatically recognized that skse is here. So this is fine, or this is fine, either both of two. So skse is the one, probably Mod Organizer 2 that added itself. So run it, run skse. You can start a new save game again if you like, but it's just make sure to get into main menu without any issues. And then, yeah, do that, and then I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, great, welcome back. Yeah, that's the power of pausing your game in between recording. So yeah, your game should have started to the main menu without any issues. Great, then we can continue. Let's see what I did right back then. Let's see, close and restart MO2. We did do that. We clicked the big orange run button. That should run fine. Yeah, we're going to need to run the launcher once more. And we want to do that because we want to check that all the settings are still a maximum. And else, let's just do that again. Check that everything is on the highest settings. Okay, great. This is probably the last time we're going to need the launcher. Then you can click on the skse again, because this will be our default way of starting Skyrim, because it needs to run with Skyrim Script Extender. If you want, you can create a shortcut to your desktop. I usually have Mod Organizer open anyway and run it from skse. But if you create a shortcut, you will probably have a shortcut here to skse. It's a little bit ugly, so you can change the icon to Skyrim or whatever. But yeah, you can start your Skyrim from now on with this shortcut. Steam needs to be open, by the way. That's important. But yeah, it needs to be open anyway if you're going to play Skyrim Special Edition. All right, let's see what else we need to do. Okay, we need to... Yeah, we need to change some INI lines. To do that, open your Mod Organizer 2 again. And I'm going to use Windows 10 wonderful feature of dragging window by window. Let's see, we need to, well, the INI editor is here. You can click on these puzzle pieces, click on INI editor, and you have Skyrim.ini, Skyrim Prefs.ini, and Skyrim Custom.ini. Mod Organizer 2 uses its own INI files, so the ones which are stored in my games are actually not going to be used. So that's a pretty fun fact, maybe. Let's see. Here it is. Go to the main folder. Select tools, INI editor, sorry, the main toolbar, INI editor, blah, blah, blah. Go to Skyrim Prefs.ini, which is here, as you can see, and change B enable project UV diffuse normals. So you can type Ctrl F to search, and then search for normals, an example. I'm not sure if it is in Skyrim Prefs.ini. Okay, it is actually. B enable project UV diffuse normals is here, equal to 1. That is correct for me. If it's 0 at 0, then change it to 1. And B draw landscapes needs to also be added. B draw landscapes, here it is. No, sorry, landscapes. Land shadows, B draw land shadows. We need to change that to 1. So change that to 1 and save it. That's important. Save. All right, then we can exit this. Don't forget to click, it's a good thing I mentioned it here. Let's see, note that from now we're going to start Skyrim Special Edition with skse. So, as I said before, don't start it with the original button, because then the mods will not be loaded with Skyrim Special Edition. Only start with Skyrim Script Extender from now on. Alright, then the most, well, not the most important things. The ENB, at least the thing which usually is the most difficult for people to actually run. And as I said before, usually this is because of an AMD GPU. They tend to have a harder time running ENBs than an NVIDIA GPU. So it's a good time to test it now, because for some reason mod authors do always add these ENBs at the bottom. And then, yeah, you've installed tons of mods, and then at the bottom you discover, shit, my game is not working, because the ENB for some reason is not working. So, okay. Let's open up the ENB binaries first. These are the core binaries. And download the latest version, which appears to be 0.463. By the way, it could be that I'm going to discover newer versions than I have downloaded. So that can happen. And then we need to check per mod what we're going to download. So it could be that this ENB is new. I don't think so. It's hard to imagine that it actually is. Let's see, ENB binaries. Let's open it. You want to open up the wrapper version, and then the only thing you need is, let's also open up our Skyrim main game folder, and let's put the windows side by side. You need only d3dll and d3dcompiler_46e.dll. Just drag and drop them into your main game folder. That's just it. And then we can close this compressed archive. And let's see, is that also what I did explain to do? Let's see, yeah, in D3D11 to your Skyrim Special Edition main game folder. Then Rudy ENB for Cathedral Weathers. That is the ENB preset we're going to use, because every ENB core also needs a specific preset. That can be realism, fantasy. In our case, we're going for realism, even while the screenshots may not say so, but you've seen that. I think it's a very cool ENB, and our entire mod list is actually based on Rudy ENB with Cathedral Weathers, which is a weather mod we're going to install later on. So click on Files, and I need to check for myself what we need to download exactly. In main files, not the part 1 or part 2 files. Open Archive, open Rudy for SD folder, open Cathedral Weathers version folder. Oh wow, it's actually more complicated than I could remember. So download only Rudy ENB SE for Cathedral Weathers. Don't download the add-ons stuff. Alright, so once you did download that, let's go to our tools, and let's go also to a Skyrim main game folder. Alright, so Rudy ENB, open up the folder structure, the Cathedral Weathers version, then the Skyrim SE folder, open that one, and then you can drag and drop these two files, these ENB files, and the ENB series in here. And it will probably, no, it will not overwrite anything. That's fine. Okay. Alright, that's that. That was Rudy ENB for Cathedral Weathers. Let me check. Is this really what we had to do? Yeah, open Cathedral Weathers version folder. Yeah, alright. That's it then, great. Then we have the ENB tweak pack, which for you is now a clickable link, but for me not yet, because I haven't published this folder yet. And you can find that by actually, let's not do that. Duplicating my mod list, and then go to Files. Here it is. The ENB tweak pack, download it here, and save that as well. So once we've done that, let's open up our Skyrim Special Edition main game folder again, and let's open up the ENB tweak pack. Yes, okay. And drag everything here directly in the Skyrim Special Edition main game folder, and it will now overwrite some stuff. Alright, that was everything for the ENB stuff. Is that correct? Yes. Now, the last boring thing which we need to do is clean our master files. I have to say, in the past this was a little bit more difficult, but now with skse edit, the quick clean stuff, it's a bit more easier. skse edit, open it up in a new tab. We can close the other two windows and go to files. It has only one main file, so download this one. Then let's go to the downloaded skse edit, which is in here. You can open it up, and let's see. You can actually, what you can do now is you can extract this folder. And this folder, you can copy it to your programs folder, which you did create. So your mod tools folder, I should say. So there is where I have mod organizer 2 installed here. And you can paste the extracted folder in there from SSE edit. And I'm just going to simply rename it to SSE edit. Just like that. Then you can go to your mod organizer 2, and the same way we did add Skyrim script extender, we're now going to edit mod organizer 2. If this is really dazzling you and you find this very confusing, don't worry, this is the last of the more complicated stuff we're going to do. Once we're done that, all the other mods are just easy, add, install, and then we're done. So, hang on, we're getting there. Click on the executable plus add from file icon. Then go to your SSE edit folder, which is in my case mod tools SSE edit. First add SSE edit, the regular one. Yes, and then also click again on the plus icon, click add from file, and add SSE edit quick auto clean, and then press apply and press OK. And now they should be added both here in our menu. So let's see. Because I do have an external link, I think, to what we need to do. SSE edit is the Skyrim of X edits recommended. Yeah. As I said here, this was normally very boring and long process, with it has been simplified. So skse, we're going to follow this guide. Yes, that's what we're going to do, because I also just need to check this myself. Let's see. Backup, I don't think it's necessarily needed. It's fine. Okay. Setup SSE edit quick auto clean. We already have the normal version, that's correct. We now have quick auto clean. Let's see. This time we need to name it differently. For example, SSE quick auto clean. So we need to do this. Give me a moment, I will check this. Now I think this only applies for the older versions where you originally only had SSE edit, and once you add this argument, quick auto clean, you will have the same versions. We have a regular SSE edit and an SSE edit quick auto clean. So let's see if we can put this window by window, side by side. This is how, yeah, okay. So setup we've done. Correct. Let me double check with you. Okay, and start with the update.esm. Launch SSE edit quick auto clean through MO2. So select the quick auto clean, click run. All right, and now select update.esm. I think we could just click OK and it will auto clean it, if I'm not mistaken. So press OK. This stuff will load, and eventually it should finish. But yeah, let's wait once this finishes. Okay, eventually you should see this message. Done saving, done applying filter, and then and apparently still continues. So okay, we're going to wait again. Okay, finally we should see this finished messages. I think it's safe to close this. Let's check what it says. Wait until you see finished messages. Okay, then you can close SSE edit. So let's do that. You can close it now. And I think we will end something, yeah, in our override folder, but we're going to clean that later on. So update.esm we did finish. Then let's do the same with DownGuard. So click launch the quick auto clean version again. Then let's click DownGuard and then press OK. And yeah, I guess we need to wait again until the finished messages appear. So let's do that and see you guys in a little bit. Okay, once you see this message finishes, you can close mod organizer, SSE edit quick auto clean again. Okay, then apparently we need to manually clean some lines in DownGuard.esm. So open up the regular SSE edit, click run, and then we need to delete some of these lines. So what I'm going to try to do here is maybe to add this here. So let's see, we need to launch the normal version of DownGuard. I think we can do that by just selecting DownGuard. That means that everything else should show up. So click on DownGuard, and then let's wait until we see this stuff. or it's actually here already. Let's see what we need to do. It's still doing stuff, by the way. But I know, yeah, I could remember we need to remove some lines, so that's what we're going to do. Let's see, normal, select downguard and wait until everything will load. Well, let's do that then. Let's first wait that everything here is finished loading. Alright, background loader finished. So we can now expand downguard at ESM, and we need to go to the following structure. Navigate to cell block 5, sub block 3. And let's see, this line, rift and flag, what is it? Rift and ragged flagon. Scroll down to the red highlighted xen encounter zone rift and red way, which is here. Okay. Scroll down, okay, to the line, right click and click remove. Okay, we can do that. Remove. Yeah, and we need to confirm this warning. Yes, I'm absolutely sure. This is how it should look. Xen counter zone, yeah, that looks healthy. Also here, like an example. Then we need to navigate to block 2. It seems, stay with me guys, this is the last line if I remember which we need to remove, and then from there it will be a lot easier after we did clean the last 2 ESMs. Anyway, let's first do this. Sub block 1, this is here, 001 FCF guard temples, this is this one. Right click the record, the entire record, okay, and click remove. Okay, so right click the entire record and remove. Okay, sure, why not? Remove what filter? Just remove. Here it is. Yes, we want to permanently delete this. And then navigate to cell. Sorry, I thought it was the last one. It was not, apparently. Block 8, sub block 1. Okay, we need to delete the entire record. It seems so. Okay. Sub block 1, right click, remove, press OK. Alright. Now, let's close SSE edit and save our work. Sure. Yeah, save change file to the downguarded ESM. Then we can close this, since we now also did that. Hardfire, I think we can do this with quick auto clean again. Yeah, that's the last 2 things we need to do. So, quick auto clean. Let's run it once more. And let's select Hardfire. It's funny, eh? It's the official name is Hardfires, but I also sometimes say Hardfire, and here they also state Hardfire. So not sure. Oh, here it actually says Hardfire. So Hardfires with an S is the official name of the DLC. And let's wait until it finishes everything. And then you also should see this quick clean mode finished and background loader finished. So close this window. And last but not least, the biggest DLC is Dragonborn. So yeah, launch SSE edit quick auto clean. Select Dragonborn.esm, press OK. Let's wait until this all finishes loading. Alright, then when downguard finishes with the cleaning, quick cleaning, you can close that as well. And then, I think that's the most boring stuff. So, there's a good lesson here. If you see this exclamation mark with notifications, that means something is going on or something serious is going on. So, you can just click on it to see what's going on. It says there are files in your override mod directory. So, where is that? It's in here, override. Double click on it, and you will see this SSE edit cache. Well, for a long time I didn't really know what this was, because I knew from the past sometimes it would create a backup of the original ESMs, but apparently this cache is being used if you are going to do the quick auto clean stuff in the future to make it load faster. There are really 2 ways to solve this error. It's not really an error, it's a notification. You can create a new mod of this stuff, or we can just delete everything. And then, so you want to if that went too fast, double click on override, click on SSE edit cache, delete button on your keyboard, yes. And then once you click here, you can see the exclamation mark disappears. So that was it for the cleaning. Now just set this to skse if we're going to when we're going to start our Skyrim Special Edition later. All right, and let's close this. It's not needed anymore. And let's see what it's here. Once it's done, it will be best to check the game. Yeah, we're going to check that later on, just in a little bit, after we install the last couple of mods from this part. So SSE edits we've done now, and now we finally can install the mods we are going to do with all the other mods. So here's a little bit of an example what we're going to do, but I will show you guys, of course, now. The first real mod we can now install with Mod Organizer 2 is Immersive Huds. So open that one up in that new tab. Click on Immersive Huds. What this mod will do is, and I'm not going to explain this with every mod, but it will hide the HUD automatically unless you need it. You can press a hotkey to show up the comp as an example. It's a very cool mod. So download the main file. Then once you did do that, so what that means is you download them like the other mods here in this part, Tools, Essentials, and ENB. Then go to Mod Organizer, and this is the way we're going to install mods. So pay attention, this is important. Click on this button, install a new mod from an archive. Then scroll to your mods folder, and then let's install our first mod with Mod Organizer, which is Immersive HUD. Double click. Then click Manual. Now you probably see for the first time some tutorial messages. You can click them through, because I did test something in between this tutorial already. So yeah, just click them through until you can actually click the data folder. So let me show you it again. If it went too fast, click on here and install new mod from file, select iHUD, click on manual and select the data. It's been packed correctly, but this is the data folder. This is where we're going to install. And you will see this, the content of data looks valid. Then press OK. And then activate the mod, because now it's only been added, but now it's been activated. And it comes with a plugin as well. So there's some difference. Sometimes mods only contains an example textures, meshes, but sometimes mods also contain ESP plugin files. So that was not that hard, was it? That's a good thing, because we need to install a couple of other mods. This one is one of the most important mods, the Unofficial Skarm Special Edition patch, since apparently Bethesda is too lazy to patch everything in the last 10 years. But that's okay, we have modders to fix that. Download the Unofficial Skarm Special Edition patch, put a number in front of it, etc, etc. You get the idea, right, for now. So then let's edit, click manual, and add all this stuff. Click OK. Let's wait and activate the mod as well, and it comes with an ESP file. All right. Then we have one or two other ones. Alternate Start, Live Another Life. This is a great mod for us, since we're going to start the game for the first time, which immediately allows us to create a new game somewhere randomly in Skyrim. And from there we can easily just use that as a new save game for the entire tutorial. And once the tutorial is finished, you can load your own save game again, of course. But for now, we can test our Skyrim script extender if that works. We can test the ENB if that works. And we can start a new game without having to watch the entire boring Helgen card sequence, etc. We can start a character immediately. And yeah, we're going to get there, but to give you a little bit of an idea. So, Alternate Start, Live Another Life, download the main file here. Again, click on Mod Organizer. Now, edit here, click Manual. And it's also going to add a lot of ESP files here. Great, nice. And the last one for this part is Weather Control, and it is optional, but as I say here, I always use this mod to test out weather effects for Showcase, but also it's a great thing to do it for ENB stuff. But yeah, you can download it, you don't have to, because force weather console commands with FW space and then hex code for the weather effect will also work, but hey, I'm going to download it anyway. So Weather Control, I'm using the Screen Archer edition for this, and that's the last one. Click manual, press OK. All right, so that's it for this part. Now, important, let's start the game. So start your game with skse. And it's important to notice that the first time it can take up to a minute that you see a black screen. So that means that the ENB binaries are being loaded for the first time and some other stuff. And yeah, be patient. Don't close the screen. Don't think it froze or something. It's loading, so have a little bit patience. And then I'll see you guys in game when we're going to start a new game. Welcome in game. As you can see here, you see these ENB binaries. That means the ENB should work fine. And let's start a new game. to test our Skyrim script extender is working, and it is. Random alternate start is working, as you can see, since we immediately have a character creation screen, and we're going to create a character now as a temporary save game for this tutorial to test our stuff. It doesn't really matter because we're just going to use a test character, so I'm going to press R for done, finish and name your character, and I'm going to give it a very heroic Dovahkiin name, Test Care 2021 the tutorial. Great. So what you can do with this mod is you can go up here to the statue of Mara.
Approach, my child, and choose where new life shall begin.
Choose where you want to start immediately in game. It's recommended to do it somewhere outside because yeah, else you might get spawned in some kind of dungeon. So
the woods can be so peaceful this time of year. Good hunting.
So I usually pick the woods, and then you can sleep in his bed, and you will spawn somewhere outside. So the ENB should work, and your best visuals are usually outside. And yeah, we spawn here. So as you can see, the highest settings on Skyrim Special Edition nowadays look pretty good already. There's a dragon over there. Especially in combination now, since Rudy ENB has been activated already, the ENB binaries, and it looks pretty good already. I mean, you know, if someone really doesn't want to go modding, sure, just activate an ENB. And we didn't even install a weather mod yet, but it already looks good. You know, for PC, the Special Edition, everything and Max already looks good out of the box. But of course, we have so many mods we want to add still. But hey, the ENB is working, Skyrim script extender is working. It looks really, really, really nice. So I would say quick save, because we're going to use this save game from now on for testing purposes only. And so console commands which can help you. First one is TMM_1. It will unlock all map markers. So as you can see, we can now fast travel to everything. A good benchmark is Falkrath and the Forests of Riften. Those are the most performance heavy for your machine. So if you want to test your 100% 60 FPS, you can do it from there. But hey, it means the game works. The hardest part is over now. And yeah, I think Skyrim Special Edition looks great. Unless there are some mods which are still activated, but I don't think so. I can't imagine that I deleted everything. So, big thumbs up to Bethesda, because Skyrim Special Edition out of the box already looks pretty nice. But hey, this was part 1. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you at the next part, of course, which is where we're going to add a lot more fixes and other stability mods. So see you at part 2 of this tutorial.